It's your boy Achilles. We're back here again on another commentary. You know, it's been a while, been a hot minute. We're back. I just gotta stop running a few things by you guys or whatnot. How can I put it this way? Got back on the Fortnite, you know, really been taking it easy, been having headaches, this and the third. Well, California week. Hopefully, I go to a neurologist soon, get some answers or whatnot. In a sense, man, I guess these health challenges and stuff been bad. So, regular heartbeat, dizziness, blurry vision, all sorts of types of stuff. So, gotta get that under control, get an answer. I'm looking forward to a change of scenery, that is for sure, over the next few days. We were looking forward to that. The next thing I would like to say, I don't know. What I'm noticing more and more about life and this, that, and stuff, we gotta take time for ourselves, like, reanalyze and reassess things in terms of a standpoint of, like, I guess wellness from all types of aspects. Like, you know, are you burned out from work? Are you, you know, are you feeling well rested? Is your mind, you know, clear? You know, are you, how to put it this way? Are you not groggy? Does your body not feel before we get that? But yeah, I just saw a guy who made like millions of dollars for a company, and he basically got canned. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we can't have like, you know, grievances or whatnot, or, you know, just bad feelings. And I think number one thing you can't do in life is to come so complacent and caught in the moment you can't think that anything won't end. That's not necessarily good. It's not necessarily a good thing, you know. To me, you should always have a little bit of fear to a certain extent, like good fear. You know, things are going great, but at the same time, a lot of stuff just gets real quick. Like, for an example, let's say someone has, you know, their rent or their mortgage is, you know, $2,000 a month, right? And because their rent and stuff is $2,000 a month, and they bring home around $7,000 a month. And of course, with other expenses, health insurance, car payment. It's like a car payment, like, you know, you're not able to necessarily see the savings. Like, you have a car and, you know, you're paying $800 a month. No one that's bad. I'm not even saying people don't even have good credit, but, you know, certain stuff is just bad. Like, you know, it's a little bit too steep. A car depreciates and, you know, you're pretty much paying it in the maintenance and upkeep of a car. That's bad. Two, in my honest opinion, you know, you just deal with certain stuff, man. Like, for instance, let me think about something. Just off the top of my head. Get my train of thought back. Like, with jobs and uncertainty of a job, like, you know, if you work, you know, 40 hours a week, and, you know, you like you're in a dead end job, like, you know, Hodge twins. I occasionally like to watch them, I don't go there. How? I just don't know. To me, I feel like a lot of stuff, in my honest opinion, you know, a lot of stuff can mold you and shape you into, I don't know, lack of better words. I expect the unexpected, like, I can tell you a few things. Like, I was watching Snowfall, and my basic breakdown of certain stuff is that Franklin basically he reaped what he sowed at the end of the day, but also he didn't take time, and you know, when you had that type of money, this and the third, you know, Franklin's main thing wasn't even necessarily money. I feel like it was power. And once he like exuberated so much power, he just started getting careless and more reckless. He had his baby mom handling his affairs, the money. He didn't get that money back from Teddy or whatnot. His mom basically sold him. He basically lost like what, 80 million. People were mad at the show ending. Well, I feel like at the same time, when we think about the show Snowfall, it lasted for 6 seasons. Now, in all my recollection of you know, these shows, I think Power, anything like that, they don't necessarily come close. Snowfall is a little bit different. What's another show? I don't really know that many shows. I really don't watch TV that much to a certain extent. And part of that reason is it's just TV sucks, in my opinion. There's only a handful of episodes you can honestly watch. Like, if someone had to ask me what's the best movie that I think I've watched so far this year, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, Ant-Man was alright, but I don't think I like the thing of Ant-Man. The plot. The guy's a vengeful dude, and he will stop at nothing to, like, you know, say people are burned. He's gonna burn, you know, burn the people, make them pay for the pain they cause. That's a little bit of psychopathic tendency. That's just, no. Honestly, with these movies and certain stuff, you know, less and less I really want to go and see some of these movies, man. To me, I just can't watch it. I can't feed my spirit something like that, because I mean, it's just off. Now, I'll tell you another thing, too. People talk about wellness across the board, but I'll get to a few things. off my back, I guess. Like, with just certain stuff. Like, I just seen people just go off on social media, or they have grievances with people, and lack of better words, they look bad to a certain extent, and they just constantly going. And for lack of better words, that's pretty bad. And then, I think some form of like self accountability has to be considered. Like, I don't know. Like, there was this lady, and it was something about Freddie Gibbs. I think his ex-girlfriend. There we go. Like, Freddie Gibbs has done some absolutely, I almost say, the stuff that brings him in a negative light, in my opinion. I mean, like, I like Freddie Gibbs' music to a certain extent, but like his antics outside of that, Benny the Butcher beef and all this type of stuff, his baby mamas and certain stuff, fighting these dudes that go into restaurants, posting certain stuff on social media, yada yada yada. Just that and the third, yeah. To me, that's bad. Like, honestly, with these rappers or these people, I think a lot of stuff they do is just bad. Like, you're egging stuff on, you're bringing harm to yourself or unnecessary type of things to go on, And some of these people that got stab wounds, like, I wouldn't be doing this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. Well, that's the thing with social media. It's like, people are more, I guess, brazen to a certain extent to be like, oh, woo, whoop, whoop, whoop. Y'all can't stop me, this, that, and the third. Like, get off the internet. Like, if you just got stabbed or something like that, and then the thing with BTB Savage, he shot and killed somebody, and then had posted in the person's blood or something like that. That's weird. One, and then two, he got like killed like only a few days later. And when you think about stuff like that, that's just, honestly speaking, that's just crazy. In my honest opinion. How I feel about, social media to a certain extent. Like, social media, it has its positives. I think a lot of times, depending on certain stuff, it has its negatives too. But yeah, I think a lot of this rapping stuff has gotten so bad. Like, a lot of people, they are, in a sense, just, I mean, it's a little bit crazy. like this day and age, man, like, I don't know. Just with certain things, I don't know. And how things are going, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot to be concerned with, and for lack of better words, for better or for worse, I feel like we all have to, I guess, safeguard to our certain extent, like, you know, I guess ourself for a lot of things. What I mean by that is, you know, not consuming certain stuff, not egging on certain behaviors, and then not, you know, feeding our spirit certain things. And we go from there. Got him. BTB, Savage, all this type of stuff is just bad. Like, if you had to think about, you know, just certain things that people out here doing or just see on a day-to-day basis, you know, it's going to be hard for pretty much anybody to be just out here, you know. I feel like just because what we consume put in our spirit and body, I guess, even from food, a standpoint of food too. Oh yeah. Honestly speaking, with this day and age, just certain stuff, I don't know, man. It's just bad. Like, if I had to be honest with people, I think just keeping your mind busy and occupied with things, like maybe 3 things you enjoy. Like to me, I focus on watches, travel, and I guess food. That's kind of number. I pretty much rank, probably travel and food to a certain extent, not necessarily. Um, not necessarily anything, too bad. If we're talking about caloric deficit, everybody should try to at least get some type of caloric deficit. Whatnot, but I don't think food nowadays is really that good. One thing about some food that I had here recently is just bad, and for the money. And honestly speaking, of most of the food that I eat, I just eat it. Like, man, it's just been, I don't know, lack of better words, you're just going and get something to eat. I feel it's important to be careful what you're putting in your body, ingesting or consuming. So, there's something to think about. And then you have to think about, this weather, where you're not, dehydrated. Are you getting enough sleep, or you're not sweating profusely? There's all sorts of stuff. I think the main thing, in my case, or whatnot, I guess you focus on the positives. And practice some type of solidarity. Like, you're breathing, you're not in a casket, you're not in a jail cell, some things to think about. Well, honestly speaking, when I think about certain stuff, it's just like, I don't know. Just life in general, man. Like, you basically deal with certain things, and for lack of better words, you just gotta focus. Like for me, I know my whole challenge is this, that, and the third. The blaster rifle, I need that. Yeah, why would I pay for that when I get one for free? Oh, another thing I'm still thinking about is, people not controlling their emotions that well. Wow. Just like a Tifu or somebody. But what's Tifu? I mean, I guess I put in a good fight, I guess. I mean, I got some of the cells, but I don't think it's Tifu. It's an interesting thing about just certain stuff, like, I guess you focus on, to me, the main, I guess, focus on is waking up every day, or praying and hoping that you wake up every day. Because people don't wake up. Two, I guess, in a sense, wake up outside of your bed, there's new challenges. Three is you just focus on, what you got, in a sense. For me, you wake up, that new day presents new, I guess, problems, I guess. So kid have some anxiety, baseline for me is probably like a 3. And depending on how stuff goes, it can go all the way up to like a 8. And then, I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch some content after this stream, but, it is what it is. The thing that I'm seeing more and more, I know we talk about all these mass shootings and stuff like that. That's not cool. There needs to be gun control for sure. And then too, honestly speaking, you can't go anywhere. You really can't go anywhere. You live in a major city, it's pretty bad. The only place I can honestly say that, probably doesn't have any type of, I wouldn't say it doesn't have any type of problems because that would be false. But I guess a sense of security and, people lead or rule with iron fist is Singapore. I think it's a good vacation spot, but again, if you're not from there or used to that type of culture, and then they have probably one of the best airports in the world, I don't think it will be a good thing for you. By living in some place like Singapore, it probably presents new type of challenges in a sense. The language, I don't think a lot of people speak English to a certain extent. And I feel like a lot of people, their main language there is like Malay. If my memory serves me correctly, I think Malay is a big, one of the biggest languages. You can't chew gum. I remember my professor said that they have an import to a certain extent, but gum and what's it called? Littering is a serious crime in Singapore, which I can agree because people is nasty. Don't care about environment and the effects it has. That's pretty bad. Whenever you have trash, person suck ass. How you have a purple shotgun and you lose? Alright. Next, what can I think about this? I guess a pressing matter in terms of things. I feel like TV. Let's talk about TV for a bit. Honestly, too, with TV and movies and certain stuff, me now, I'm just not necessarily a big fan of gratuitous violence. I'm not. I'm just not. this, like, you know, with movies and certain stuff like that, the violence and I don't know. This right here is like cartoon violence, so I guess, but still nonetheless violence. But like, yeah, a lot of stuff to me is just concerning. Um, no malls and certain stuff like that. You have people going out here and looking for problems, in my opinion, and then they find somebody at a mall and they're going and shooting at people, I guess. So you really can't necessarily go anywhere. That's a cause for concern. Depending on where you're at, too. There's some places a little bit more prone to violence, and then another thing you have to be worried about is, you know, population density, and then the cost of living. If the cost of living somewhere is high, you know, just that the third people are starving. To a certain extent, like if someone said that to live out in, let's say, LA, it's like, you know, someone, the average minimum income, someone could make it $35,000. I don't think you're living with people. If the average rent is what, like, I'd probably say 3,000, not even 3,000, I think it's probably like 6,000. You're pretty much gonna have roommates. And when you have these roommates and certain stuff like that, that presents new challenges in itself. Because sometimes you may not be good fits with people in terms of personality, what you like allow to a certain extent. Like, you know, you like to go to sleep at, you know, 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock on the dot. And someone's necessarily a party animal, they bring people. I mean, we're all adults here. So I feel like you know where we're going with this, but, you know, adult time to a certain extent. You know, it can cause some problems. You're not hating or nothing like that. Get yours, you know, it is what it is, but, you know, in the sense, if your lifestyle, certain stuff is not, you know, compatible with certain stuff, I understand people have, you know, as far as factor of life, this, that, and the third, but if an apartment or something looks like a mess or, you know, wild night or something like that, damages to the apartment, you know, you can pretty much see in some bad time. And for lack of better words, you know, you have to, yeah, that's something you have to think about on pretty much on a consistent basis. So, I know another thing that I try to do every day, you know, you just try to focus on what we got going on in a sense. Like, how can I put it this way? Darth Maul. Darth Maul's my favorite. The Phantom Opera, The Phantom Menace. Oh no. Might end the stream soon. Just that and the third. But, you know, at least I get to say something. I haven't been streaming. I did buy a game and I beat it within, I said I beat it within a week. I watched the whole thing, I platinumed it, I got Wolong. It's a fairly short game. When I say a short game, it's one of those games you really have to watch a whole tutorial on, and I feel like, you know, the stuff, it kind of got repetitive, but I enjoyed it for the most part. It just kept me focused, it kept me really, to a certain extent, I guess, trying to gauge the combat system and the overall experience of the game. Because pretty much you start off at a level 1 and you can go certain stuff, like you have element, you have water, you have earth, you have fire. I think you have wood too. Wood is kind of lightning and poison. To me, I think I'm wood, earth, and metal. I got like 87 on my wood stat. That gives me a lot of HP. I'm getting closer to it. I beat the game. Max level was like 150, and I think I'm around 114. So I've definitely been putting in a grind for that. Next, what's some other things I've been thinking about? For me personally, I've just been thinking about, you know, the game or gameplay. The only game I can honestly say I'm getting for sure that I know is possibly a great. Wow, you really can't interact with any of them at a certain point when you get that lightsaber. Wow. Even that has a cooldown. I know one thing I'm gonna probably do is watch Happy Jewelers or somebody. I don't really know. Oh. I know another thing I'm probably gonna watch. I don't know. I might watch some self-improvement videos. Like I might watch Ty X Worldwide or Charles in Charge or something like that. A lot of people talking about Kevin Samuels this, Kevin Samuels that, but I think Kevin Samuels, honestly, his videos and stuff are disrespectful. I like Kevin Samuels to a certain extent. I feel like he was needed, and it's not necessarily for his hatred for women, but I feel like his style of video and this style of just lighting into people was disrespectful. Could have got himself hurt. But at the same time, I feel like he hit a lot of nails on the head, but I don't like the thing of high value or people talking about their prize, because to me that just kind of sounds like a tool. Like you're only saying what other people are basically saying towards, this, that, and the third. When you deal with just certain things or, just certain stuff, I'm going to put it this way, you're going to have to be able to, just deal with certain things. Like, if you're a woman to a certain extent, I don't like his connotation saying women are leftover women. I just am probably going to get off, and I'm probably going to go to sleep, maybe. I need sleep. Last night I haven't been going to sleep. Because, boy, I do feel tired to a certain extent. And, like a better words, my head has been shaking, so I'm having these little crazy dreams that don't make any sense. They're not real. They're not anything like that. Like, last night I had a dream where, in a sense, I was working on something, and, to lack of better words, I did what I need to do, but still at the same time, huh? You gotta be kidding me, man. I'm done, y'all.